Oh, God. What you boys do to me are unreal. Good evening, peoples. How are you all? So I can see Iggy's in the office, and I can also see Sophie there. Hello, both of you lovely people. And Phil, Pete, and as usual, we can see Eugene. It's been about. Thank you very much, Sophie. It was an absolute great day. I absolutely enjoyed it superbly. So, but what's for lunch, Al? John, not a lot. I'm not having nothing until the show's finished. But actual fact, that could be in about 2-3 minutes if you don't get your ass into gear. Get in here.
I was about, you know, it's so funny. I was about to suggest just stick Alan in on his own, and you've done it already.
Oh dear. I didn't even think what he was going to do, but hey ho.
Happy birthday, Al.
Thank you, children.
I'm sure the panel and the viewing millions will join me in wishing you a happy birthday.
It was a good day. It was a terrific day. Like Lou's come down, so it made it a little bit better. And
I'm sure your daughter's.
No, I said, yeah. You obviously missed the word in there.
You are the favourite. Just so you're aware, Lewis, you're the favourite.
I said, made it a little better. I didn't say he made it the best day of the world. No.
Stop digging, Al. Stop digging. We know, Lewis, if you're watching, you're the favourite, sunshine.
If you were to get rid of that Gooner boyfriend, I'm sure that your daughter would go up in your estimation.
Would go up in his estimation.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. You know,
but still wouldn't be the favourite.
No. But it would close the gap a little bit.
Yeah, it would do. It would do. Yeah.
You know.
Did he go yesterday, Al? The Gooner boyfriend? Did he drop her off there or anything there?
No, we all went, but we took a good old. We got down there about 40 minutes too early. We had a bit of a drive around looking for parking spaces like disabled bays ready for the Arsenal game because I ain't got nothing booked for that one.
So that's some recon mission and a half, isn't it? That's some good work, mate.
Yeah, so I had a look where any of the bays are, and
it's like making a treasure map. Al's treasure map with disabled parking spaces.
Well, I looked I just looked for because some of the messages on there. You know, they're saying that you can park there until a certain time and you can't park there after and this and that else. So I was just making sure that I wasn't going to be parking there and then coming back to a ticket.
I was going to say, where did you find any good places? But don't tell them, Pike. Someone else the spaces.
Well, I found a good place, but I got a funny feeling where it's actually positioned could possibly be full by the time I get down there anyway, because it's close to an area where people would use it. So.
Don't give it away.
Isn't your PA a right prat that day though?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that's why I want to try and get as close as possible.
So you can escape.
Well, no, because by what he's telling me that's going to be happening that day, I'm not too sure he's going to be in one piece to be a PA. I think I'm going to be carrying him.
Sophie's got a good idea.
Yeah.
It is your birthday.
She doesn't mean a helicopter. She means one of those bikes.
Parachuting.
Oh dear, brilliant.
The Austrian national coach, Bob? He'll continue at Man United consultancy role. I saw him today referring to Ten Hag, saying that they'd have a consultation as to what players to bring in and whatnot. He parks where he wants. He parks where he wants. He parks where he wants.
Actual fact, though, come on, lads, we shouldn't really be saying happy birthday to me, should we? Because
why?
Well, we are.
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
No, that was
Don't
yesterday.
wish me happy birthday when it's my birthday.
That was yesterday, but tomorrow is our birthday.
Yeah. That's true, Sophie. I know. That's why I had to sort of explain it. But you've obviously seen pictures. You know, it's not that. Not personal experience, but you know what I'm talking about.
So if we can't wish you a happy birthday for yesterday. We can't celebrate our birthday tomorrow. Well, that's how it works, isn't it? It has to be on the actual day or nothing else.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Oh well.
Catch you later, lads, ladies and gents. we'll be back tomorrow.
We'll have a stream tomorrow instead.
Yeah. We come on. Yay! 1 year to us. Good night.
So, did you finish the video that you were going to? No,
I cannot get it anywhere near. It got to about the last 10th of it, like about 10 to 12, and then all of a sudden it said it can't do anymore. And
that'll be some Shelfside Spurs birthday content if we can get it uploaded for tomorrow. Al's trip with Micky Hazard around the stadium. So, talk us through it then. Al, what happened?
Well, it was, to be honest with you, so like I was so happy with the day because, as I say, I had a great day. The show went on for an hour. It went on for a long hour longer than I expected as well because it said advertised an hour and a half. And it was 2 hours 40 actually. So just
furious.
Well, I say I'm serious because when you think of stadium tour, you thought you would have gone to see a little bit more of the stadium. I mean, we went to a lot of venues, but it was all in the West End, and I think the highest we went was the third tier. So we didn't really. There's a lot we didn't get to see.
So you didn't go for a quick burn around the skywalk in your scooter.
Nah.
You imagine
the angle.
Like running someone over.
The angle's a bit much for that motor. You know.
I felt like running someone over as we come out though. As we come out to get back to the car park, Alan Smith was walking along.
What? What's that doing there?
Exactly.
Going on a stadium tour with Micky Hazard.
We're playing, yeah. You know the commentators, I suppose, on Sunday. I
love this stadium. I love it.
Oh yeah, he's Leicester, and he used to play for Leicester. He normally slags us off at the best of times, let alone when his old team's playing us as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So but yeah, it was a really good day. Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Did you get any ITK from Micky? Al?
No, I didn't get any ITK, but he was great all day, you know. So like he always made sure he was putting the thumbs up, saying "You okay, mate?" and all that. And so he gives us a bit of attention.
Did you say yes, or were you like, "Oh, I had a bit"?
No. I went, yeah, lovely.
How did you?
He was there. He was actually at the desk when we went in to book in, which was like obviously 25 minutes early, sort of thing, when we got there. He was actually there trying to find out where he could go and have something to eat. And they told him to go to the media cafe. He went, "I'm not going in there." He didn't say why.
Got a chick king, Micky.
Oh no, he shook his hand and everything. I said to him, I said I'd look a bit different compared to what you see me on the screen, because he recognised me. And he says, you're all right, boy. You're all right. So.
Nice. So what parts of it did they show you around that sort of old part of the stadium near the club shop, which is supposed to be the museum? Or do they not include that in the tour yet?
No, they don't include it. No, they showed it, as I say, they give us like a little bit of a chat before what was going to happen. They put a big screening up, you know, a bit about the history of Spurs and all the players and everything. You had.
Did they show the 1991 free kick?
Famous 1991 free kick. You saw that? Yes, I saw that, and I thought, I just think
shrinking in your chair.
Did you get a semi on when you saw that goal?
No, but I see it. I got to see it finally. Get in there, yeah.
Finally saw all the fuss is about.
Yeah.
Because every time it's been shown on a clip show, you've hidden behind the sofa for some unfathomable reason.
Mrs. Harris, Alan, there's that 91 semi-final on. Do you want to watch it?
Shit, I'm late. I've got to go. Bye.
Bye. Give us 2 seconds. You right? It's like Sue's done her back in at the moment.
Al, have you been rough?
Who's gonna
birthday special occasion?
Birthday, Al.
No.
Fucking hell, Al. I know it's your birthday, but come on.
No, not that good. Not that birthday. But no, she doing some gardening or something the other day. So.
Sorry to hear that, Mrs. Al. She off the toast run and they cancelled then at the moment. Or?
Yeah. No. I'm having me waffles after we finish.
That's why you're glad Lewis is back, because in the absence of Sue, you need someone to serve you your waffles.
Yeah.
How was it left with Micky? Did you have a tearful embrace at the end of the day, or?
No. He signed me. He signed the shirt and done a picture of what he'd done for everyone else, and he just said if I finish early enough, I'll pop on. So
he's playing golf, isn't he?
Well, he's playing golf, yeah, and he's at the end of the day. By the time they finish up tidying up and everything, and then get home.
Yeah,
to be fair, I wouldn't rush on our behalf. Like Micky Hazard.
I don't see us still being here till gone 9, because we don't usually do any longer than 2 hours, do we? You know, we're quite punctual, really. So there's a possibility he might be on.
Are you sure you got the right stream, Al?
Well, I told him we were on for 2 hours, but you never know. So there's a possibility he could get on.
2 hours, man. Hello, Micky, if you're watching.
I hope you did well. I hope you played well.
I hope you won at golf. Yeah.
That was a bit of a royal wave there, Nick. That was sort of like.
it's the haircut, I suppose, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, I found that when I say thank you to people that wait for you, you know, when you're driving, like they pull over to let you through, I'm kind of quite dismissive of them. I go like that, and I'm like. I put my hand down. It's sort of like
I just normally
get out of the way.
I just normally give it the old, the one finger.
Yeah.
I give them a thumbs up. I do the double now. I go thank you, and then I give them a double little thumbs up as well. It always goes down well.
Flicking them away with disgust.
I just do the gentle one finger salute. It's like,
yeah.
And if I
do that. I do that as well, Rez.
Oh.
But a lot of the time it's because they're arseholes for the way they drove in the first place.
For bringing back
I always salute to people.
Yes, I often flip off people who show me common courtesy. Yes, that's the way.
No, this is. I don't.
No, if they don't, I'll be like, fucking hell, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking thank you. I'm fucking waiting for you.
If they don't, what I do is just sort of like I'll track them as they go past, and it's sort of like
send their coordinates to your resumator.
Yes,
so I can hunt them down later.
Page.
We should update people. Did you decide to call him Karim Benzema in the end?
No, because I mean, as I said to you, John, you know, and to the guys in the chat, you know, Karim is in Arabic means kind. So I've never really heard of a kind Terminator. So no,
could be euthanasic Terminator, couldn't it?
It could be. Yeah, that's true. That is true. No, I think the Resonator is good enough for the moment. I think.
Yeah, we should explain to the viewers that we were saying that Benzema never gives up at the moment, does he?
No.
In the last 2 or 3 rounds in the Champions League, he keeps going, and he is relentless, like the Terminator.
Yeah.
We've got some Stato information here. I believe Alan Smith played non-league for Alverchurch before Leicester.
Where is Alverchurch?
Maybe that's where Richard's from.
Is that where you're from, Richard?
Sophie,
yes.
I just keep driving, no acknowledgement.
I can see that happening. I can see Sophie being that type.
Yeah, and your readers. I couldn't see him.
And also out the window at the bus stop wankers. and that's just dropping Iggy off to go to work.
Alan, did you have any special like handshakes or anything when you were at a cabbie when you saw another cabbie? Was there any special nod you did or anything? Or
it was literally just a thumbs up. All right, boys.
Put your wallet away. Right, boys.
Joking out with them.
I've met Micky.
Getting their wallets out would be a problem.
I've met Micky before. I don't mind meeting him again.
Yeah, I've met Micky before. I don't mind meeting him again. When you met him at the before the tour and he was off to get his food? I've met you before, Micky, but I don't mind meeting you again.
Yeah, there's some people, you just don't mind meeting again. And there's some other people that it ain't too important,
Redditch, so near Redditch.
Oh, young man.
Oh, Harry Payne, so hard.
Man, at your age. My age.
So,
Al's age. Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, how old are you, Ralph? 64?
58.
You're not supposed to ask a
No,
lady their age.
1964, but yeah, 58 yesterday.
He missed that, Rez. You heard it. He missed it.
Yeah.
I
What was
said,
that?
I said, Alan.
There's some
I
people I
said-
can try and ignore.
What?
Did someone squeak again?
I think it's selective deafness.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
I think that's
Has anyone
well-
seen the? Have you seen the Gaza documentary? The two
No,
part
I haven't.
BBC.
To be honest with you, I don't really want to watch it because I don't think I could. I would want
You
to
might
watch
get an erection over the 1991 parts.
No, I don't want to watch the pain. I don't want to watch the pain in the way the disgust that man was treated. You know what I mean? If you kind of know, because a lot of it's been spoken about anyway, but you don't want to see the pain that man went through, really. You know, especially considering that, as I say, it all started through losing his best mate when he was 7 years old. You know, that was a very poor.
Yeah.
They didn't actually mention it in the documentary about his cousin as well, because his cousin was asthmatic, wasn't he? And he did some kind of asthma campaign on telly and said that they could lead perfectly normal lives or something. If they meant obviously with an inhaler and stuff. And his cousin thought that he didn't need his inhaler and he went to play football and he passed away, didn't he? His cousin.
Oh,
It was something to do with this advert they'd seen that Gaza was in, so his own cousin passed away. It was the second tragedy that he had. They mentioned it in the film that he did.
So you
I
think
can't remember
all
the
that?
ins and outs.
You think all that as a youngster? You know what I mean? So like,
Well, this is when he was a footballer, Al. This is when he was at Tottenham, I think. Yeah.
I mean,
He'd already suffered that tragedy, and then he had that as well happen to.
Yeah. Well, as I say, lots of us have had things happen. As I say, I know what it was like as a 6-year-old. So it wasn't a friend. It was a friend because she was my best friend. You know, so at the end of the day, it takes things. It hits you in different ways.
Dude.
Yeah, he said football was his kind of outlet. You know,
Welcome to the celebratory show.
Yeah.
Talk about
Yes, razors at the ready.
Can someone put a bit of Coldplay on from 1990?
One.
You couldn't resist, could you? You couldn't resist. Oh, I don't know. And I was getting ready to say happy birthday to you over the weekend, you know, but
I think 1991 was the golden years before Coldplay even existed, though. I think.
Yeah, we were just playing with you there, Al. Playing with
They were still babes in arms then, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, babes in public school.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Proper posh bit. Hello. Shall we form a rock band? A rock motif band.
A rock collective.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Father has a lovely space behind the barn. All we need to do is throw the servants out, and that's our rehearsal space.
They've done all right out of it, haven't they? Is he still married to what's her face, the old actress? No, split up, are they?
Yeah.
Did he downgraded her for a younger model, or
I don't know.
Well, you know they had a daughter called Apple. I think she wanted to call the next one Kiwi Fruit, and he just said no.
I didn't even know it split up. Didn't even know it split up. Yeah, so tomorrow's our 1 year anniversary. Has anyone got any thoughts on that momentous occasion?
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't join.
Moving swiftly on.
I'm glad I didn't join.
The only person here from the first show is you, LJ.
There's a lot about me. Then I pissed all the others off.
I've heard that from him before, LJ. So the director pissing people off and then people leaving.
Yeah, I am the director.
And other shows, you know, that will go unnamed, but we all know who they are.
I think we've done all right. I think we've done okay, you know.
Yeah, nearly 500 subs going on the year as well. Yeah, 480 are we on it now? 480.
Yeah.
Rez has the.
We've got to give you two boys down below a lot of credit for that.
No.
From the we are Tottenham TV. You done us proud, even if it meant
Not forgetting Micky Hazard and Steve Perryman. So a combination of the Micky Hazard, Steve Perryman, Tottenham, we are Tottenham TV, and our own endeavours over the year.
Yeah,
I've seen us move from
everyone
strength
has
to strength.
contributed equally to the
equally,
success.
yes.
Yeah. Apart from Al.
Alatichi's done okay, but Al's a wanker.
I did like that clip last week. So you're going to apologise for not turning up for your own show last week? Now, no, I couldn't give a shit.
He does what he likes. He does
what he likes. Alatichi.
So we should ask the viewing millions. Have you got any highlights over the year? What are your favourite parts of the show? I'm sure there are many. I know exactly what the show which you can remember. If anyone can put their favourite parts in the comments,
I know what most of them are going to say. Al's life.
You're so vain. I bet you think the show is about you.
You're so vain.
And Mrs. Al, we shouldn't forget Mrs. Al on the acknowledgement.
Absolutely,
big part of the success of the show.
And let's be serious about it. All the people who tune in every week to watch us be complete idiots live. That really, without you guys, it just wouldn't be worth it. So thanks very much.
You need to get out more, guys.
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing with yourselves?
Yeah. Should be watching
Pornhub
in the House of Commons.
Watch our viewing figures go.
Rez will go on to We Are Tottenham TV, Liverpool watch along. Go. So guys, we're only 460 away from 500.
Hey, Rez, just ask just if that happened and we went down to 2999. Does that mean you'll be eating a chip next week? If we
get to regurgitate it like a little chip, like a little sparrow.
Bring it up first. Yeah, I'll go sewage tunnel diving to find the turd that it's contained in. I found it.
It'll be like that scene. It'll be like that scene out of In Between when it's going down the slide. Real fast. You're going round with
this or Reg, you could regurgitate it like a little chick, like bring it up from inside.
Yeah.
Puke it up and eat it again.
It's probably still plastering my stomach wall at some points.
Yeah, I think no doubt it is. No doubt it is.
So Al, what are you doing for 500, mate?
Yeah.
I might say hello.
Might turn up.
You know I can't do nothing.
Might turn up to my own show. Might not. Fuck 500 of you subscribers. I don't give a shit. Do what I like.
You could do a competition, see how many pieces of toast you could eat or something.
Yeah.
In a minute.
Fit a whole.
No, not in a minute.
Like crackers, when I do the crackers challenge, see how many pieces of toast you can fit in your mouth.
Got to have marmalade on it. It's got to have marmalade on it.
That's just making it messy now.
All right, Paddington.
Okay, what if it was eating like 50 crackers with marmalade on them?
Can you eat crackers, Al?
I'm not a great.
Are you allowed crackers with your condition?
I should be allowed crackers.
That is.
I should be allowed crackers. I'm associated with enough of them, you know. Wow.
Oh.
Jesus, look at him. Remember, guys, he's just woken up. Don't poke
me Meow, Al.
Al.
I'll tell you what, Al. Actually, why don't we just get you a saucer of milk?
Yeah. Put your claws away, Al.
And a nail file.
You allowed milk, Al, or not? Is milk on the list?
I don't do a lot of milk. No. I do milk, but I don't do, in quantity.
I do white stuff, but I don't do milk.
No, I
could do some bloody white stuff without the milk.
Yeah.
What's this declaration of cocaine on the 1 year anniversary show?
I like the white stuff. Yeah.
Fucking hell. People ringing me up asking for heroin a minute ago. Now Alan's going about doing cocaine live on the show.
Dear.
Oh yes, the hot chip. Oh dear Lord.
Yeah.
The hot chip came before Micky Hazard and Steve Perry.
Did he mention it to you, Al? Did Micky say to you, I was watching Rez's Hot Chip Challenge the other day?
Oh, yeah.
As a loyal subscriber.
Nah, he never mentioned anything for that. Oh, sorry.
Did you get to sit in the manager's chair or anything like that?
Well, I did sit in it, and I think I showed you some pictures of it. But I did say to it, "What's the point of sitting in these? He's never there. He's always on the touchline."
Yeah, doesn't need a chair, does he? Really?
Doesn't need a chair.
No.
It
Daniel
seemed
Levy
quite
will probably
busy down there.
save some money on maintenance by sort of taking it out and put it in storage while Conte's the manager.
Yeah. I must admit, I'll tell you something. I can understand why he don't sit on them chairs, though, because we sat down there and I wouldn't say they're that comfortable. You would have thought they would have been comfy. You know what I mean? They weren't.
I think they're heated, aren't they? They're heated. I don't know if the away dugout's heated. I don't think it is it? Only the home one's heated and the away one isn't.
I must admit, I was quite shocked about the size of the dressing rooms. The away dressing room weren't much bigger or much smaller.
Could you do a 360? Or could you?
I didn't really go into them.
Do a little donut.
Did you leave some rubber on the away team dressing room? I'm turning out. Look, Micky.
No, typical. As we was going towards the away dressing rooms, these two youngsters pulled my daughter over and said they wanted to do a little chat. They'd done this thing with her.
They pulled your daughter over.
Like a video. They'd done a video. Yeah, two Spurs staff. They're two Spurs staff, and they said they just wanted to do a chat, and they said, "Will we make the top four?" and blah blah this and blah blah that. And then she was doing so well. And
you going over there saying, "No, ask my son instead. Ask my son instead." Come on, get her off the camera. Ask my son instead. Lewis, come over here.
And
rang Stelios and got him to answer.
Then it got to the worst part. They turned around. Now, don't get me wrong, she goes to the games, but she doesn't sort of.
She's not your favourite. We know.
She
don't sit in front. Oh, she doesn't sit in front of the TV watching it every minute of the day.
No, she's watching the Gooners with her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And they turned around and they went, "And who's your favourite player? Who's your favourite new signing?" And she said the Aubameyang. And it was a case of like the fact is she didn't really know, so I just went Bentancur. But so it meant we missed the start of the thing in the away training room, so I only literally just got in there to sit.
Furious again. Is one furious event after another for Al on this day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Extended time, starting late, missing the away fucking dressing room.
And I'm just dreading anything coming through the post because I was told that I can park in Sainsbury's this car park for 3 hours. We got there an hour early because we were going to do a few bits and pieces. And so we was in there for 4 hours, 10 minutes.
4 hours, 10 minutes, 32 seconds. And that's how long it took Alan to get from his car to the stadium.
Al, would you like to answer Richard's question?
Yeah. No, Rich, they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me up there.
Not from want to try and
No, I told you the motor on the scooter isn't strong enough to get up that incline. That's all. No,
they do. They do let you go up there on them. They do let you go up on them, Rez.
Yeah, I know. I'm joking, mate.
Oh, sorry.
It's like one of those Fisher Price things. When you get to the top, it like tips up and pushes your chair all the way down.
Can you imagine the speed you'd get on the curve on the way down, though? Yeah. You just release the clutch and let go.
Yeah.
See Al coming off the side of the stadium and it going, I'm sure an ET rises when he comes off, but I'm just going,
I've got to be honest with you though, Rez, when you say about that, the steepness of it, perhaps my scooter won't be good enough anyway because I mean there's been occasions where I've had to get into a taxi and they put the ramp up. I went to do it once and I nearly went, "Whee!"
Oh, yeah.
You have to put some nitrous oxide on and like Fast and Furious 10, Alan Harris. That's what it's going to be. See on the scooter, just press the nos. down the high road.
Bobby, don't get him started. We've had chapter and verse on him trying to edit the video all day for you. So.
Oh God, yeah, we've had about
85 minutes. I don't know how to edit it. If I knew how to edit it, I'd make it smaller to be able to put on. I don't know how to edit it.
I can just imagine Al souping up his mobility scooter, with sort of like, tailpipes coming out and a nitrous oxide sort of thing, and flames sort of like decaled on the side, a spoiler at the back.
Like the Fonzie when he jumped the shark.
Yeah.
Oh, don't go about that. It should be one of my favourite shows as a youngster.
No.
Is that the Pepsi from the tour? Is that the Pepsi, Al, that you brought home with you, yeah?
No.
Charge it to Mickey's account.
This is one of my own.
We've got another birthday boy in the house, almost.
Yeah.
Big happy birthday coming up to Ben Kaufman.
Even though we're not allowed to celebrate birthdays, according to Al. So sorry, Ben.
Oh, sorry on the day.
I didn't say we couldn't. I just don't think mine's gone now. It's finished. I'm 58 in a day.
When's yours, Rez?
Mine's Monday.
We're not allowed to celebrate until next week. Well, no, it'd be too late next week, won't it? It'd be too late.
Even though you could mostly still be ill by then.
I'm not allowed a birthday, even though I'm probably going to be producing these two.
If your birthday is not Monday, it falls on Monday's show. Perfect. So we can celebrate it.
Yeah, you can celebrate it.
If your birthday doesn't fall on a day when we're streaming, unfortunately, you're not allowed to celebrate.
It doesn't exist. Yeah. It's not, you're not allowed to celebrate. It just doesn't exist. You haven't actually aged that year. If
it counts.
I'm 58 in one day. I'm no longer 58.
Excellent.
There's no way you're just 58, Al.
No. You're much older than that.
Well, no, I must admit, when I started this show, I felt about 20 years younger, actually. So, yeah, you're right.
We don't want to know who you were feeling whilst you were doing the show or what you were feeling.
Yeah, hey.
I mean, the 91 semi-final story is graphic enough. Just it's too much.
Jesus.
Too much.
Graphic novel.
He scores when he wants.
He's even singing it to himself. He won.
That's you lot. Look what you've done to me. I used to be so shy.
You've got to keep songs in your head, mate. 1 week it's Al's life, and next week it's this one.
I used to be so shy till I met you lot.
Yeah. So the man was firing women in the toilets during the 1991 semi-final.
Terrible.
Bobby K, if you, I know Alan did his best to record the tour, and we've heard it. So if you can just help him edit it, because if I see another WhatsApp message asking us what he needs to do, I'm leaving the group. I'm leaving the group.
I'm just sending a message, boys. Hold on. Bye, Nick.
Oh dear. But no, Al, I'm glad you took a 2 hour. How long was it? 2 hour.
Well, it only it cut off about just after 2 hours. It cut off. For some unknown reason, it didn't go any further. So I must have run out of memory on my phone or whatever. I don't know.
Did Levy charge you for data? Did you have a little thing pop up saying beyond your allocated data inside the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
I was actually shocked because when we got into the Sainsbury's car park, I actually got a message saying the Tottenham Hotspur Wi-Fi. I thought, yeah, this is a con. He's not going to let me use it. I know he ain't going to let me use it because he's mostly going to block anything off to stop people doing things. Like
stop using bookmakers, the unofficial bookmakers. They used to have the little booths in the stadium. I think they still have, haven't they? I believe they have got bookmaker booths in there somewhere.
Pop-ups. They do them as pop-ups. You walk around and you see them. They're just like these little, like you get in shopping centres and stuff with the little thing. Yeah. Everywhere.
I probably ask if you've got 5 minutes of your time and you just tell them, fuck off, mate. I ain't got fucking time for this.
Have you considered setting up a direct debit to donate to William Hill?
No, Mr. D. Levy.
Yeah. Yes, I've got one, thanks. It's called my season ticket. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
my favourite thing when a charity mugger comes up to you, best thing to do when they say, "Can I borrow you?" Or can I just take 5 minutes of your time? In the crispest accent you can, just turn around and say, "I'm terribly sorry, I don't speak a word of English," and just walk on.
Depends how attractive they are.
The fuck?
They all stitch me up. They put like attractive women on these things, and they like start talking to me. I'm like, just give me any kind of attention, and I'll talk to you for 5 minutes.
I'll sign up if I can.
I'm so needy.
Touch you.
Yeah, just touch my hand while
look, here he comes. Is that Johnny? We've heard about him. If we talk to him, we've got him.
We've got him.
Yeah, the amount of charity things I've signed up for, they've hit me in the dick, like rather than the pocket. They've
not the way you wanted to be hit in the dick.
No.
You know what they say? Sex sells.
It does. Yeah. It does. That's why we've only got 490 subscribers.
Oh dear.
So season ticket renewal tomorrow, isn't it? 5 o'clock, I believe.
Yeah.
4:30, 5 o'clock.
4:30, I think.
I still haven't decided. I'm pissed off at January. Him not buying Conte wing backs. I think it's sabotage. He's almost sabotaged our attempts to get top 4. Yeah. I hate VAR as well. That's another thing that's pissed me off. You can't celebrate a goal anymore. It's completely ruined football for me. You could never release. There's never that release anymore. That moment that used to die for. When the goal of going against one of your rivals, because you can't ever fully celebrate because of VAR anymore.
I'm worried about VAR. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's just annoyed me. You don't get that in sort of lower league football. Luckily, do you?
Just very quickly, we'll come to your question, Richard.
Very
later.
Soon.
We will come to it.
What's his question?
I've started it for you, Johnny.
All right. Yeah, we were going to talk about that. Yeah, so I still don't know. I haven't decided yet. The only thing that's keeping me hanging on is I actually want to be there when Harry Kane breaks the record. That's one thing that's keeping me on the fence into not giving up my season ticket, to be honest.
Not you, Rez, not me, not Gaz, not everyone else.
No, I can't. I just can't. Well, I can't justify morally carrying on renewing when I strongly disapprove of the man that's leading my club. It's a moral thing. I can't keep giving him money when he's got no intentions of investing properly in the team.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to give it up until and come back when he leaves.
Yeah, but you are coming back.
I want to be there when Kane scores. Well, when Kane breaks the record, if he doesn't leave in the summer, obviously.
The thing is, John, you're only going to be there. You're only ever going to be there really in a like membership capacity anymore, or like getting out tickets elsewhere, because you've lost your season ticket. You ain't going to ever get that back.
Yeah, but I'll just be pleased that Levy goes. Yeah. Even if I can't get another season ticket, I'll be pleased that he's gone.
If you said to me right now, give up your season ticket in exchange for Levy fucking off and never darkening Spurs' doorway again, I'd do it. I'd do it.
I haven't got that problem because I ain't got a season ticket. So.
But if you ever struggle, if you do give up your season ticket, there's a man to your left.
We've already discussed that.
Who could be or who you'd have to be as PA? Although I think
you could be my hero, Alan.
We've already discussed that.
Yeah, so I've been sitting on it. I still haven't renewed, and I don't know if I'm going to. To be honest, I'm so pissed off. I'm so pissed off at January. I was apoplectic inside. Why would you not buy Conte new wing backs and guarantee top 4?
Absolutely.
He's basically sabotaged our attempts, and I don't understand it at all. I do not understand it one bit. Even if you're investing in Conte for next season, you'd give his new wing backs 6 months to settle into the Premier League, wouldn't you?
Yep.
It just doesn't make sense on any level why you wouldn't.
Penny wise, pound foolish.
Yeah, hence Conte must have a list of wing backs of different price brackets that he knows of. I mean, that's the level of detail that he goes. And you listen to the level of detail he goes into a training. He's not sitting there thinking, "Oh, in 3 years I might need a new left wing back." He's constantly updating his scouting list. He knows the best left wing backs. He knows the best right wing backs. He's got contacts, scouts everywhere. there would have been a list of options, wouldn't there, given to Levy and Paratici of wing backs at different price points, and to not get any of them, it has sabotaged our attempts to get top 4, isn't it? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So Johnny,
possibly more. You know, we were there. We got to the Champions League final. We were starting to fall apart when we got to the Champions League final. We must remember that. But we were in 2 title races and properly competing. You know, obviously the first one was a bit shit, but the second one we were right on the thing. You know, we were in the mix, right in the argument, right up until really near the end of the season. Got to a Champions League final. It was, you know, the strike while the iron is hot. The iron could not have got any hotter. And he didn't strike. He did fuck all. Talking of
irons and striking, Iggy, you're going to get an iron striking your forehead because you've offered to go to the games for Johnny till he's ready to go back, which I assume means that you'll offer to buy the tickets for Johnny's season ticket. However, Sophie, do you give permission for this? Because we're going to ask and get it live on air. Yes, Alan, what are you going to say?
And I was going to say, who's going to take the kids to the football if you're going to Spurs every bloody week? Because you won't go with me with one of them.
Sophie will. Is what's in the thing, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You know?
So not only is Iggy donating his time, he is donating Sophie's time as well.
That is the dynamic, and obviously it will end in physical assault.
So, Sophie, we will see you on Saturday night for the curry. Iggy, we will see you at your funeral.
At your wake.
Iggy's nerves must be completely frayed. I saw he put up the table of Serie A earlier today, didn't he? And it's Inter against AC vying for the title, and he's got Tottenham and Arsenal vying for 4th place over here. His nerves must be shredded.
I really liked that video today, actually. Again, that was really good.
No comment. She neither approves nor denies.
She
application.
Look at his comment.
Right. Now I'm gutted, Iggy. Now I know how you feel.
He's got to pay for the Canada trip, hasn't he, first as well? He agreed to live on the stream the other day to go over to Canada.
World Cup trip. Also, he'll have to cut the grass a little bit more often as well, because I don't think he did that the other week when we were partaking in some coffee.
Yeah.
So
good problems to have.
Good problem.
Yes, I'll sleep on it overnight, but
we should change the title of this stream to the Iggy and Sophie show.
Yeah, the Iggy and Sophie show.
She doesn't like being on camera, guys. I'm just putting it out there.
That's all right. That's okay. It's just the comments. The comments alone are worth it.
Iggy's getting fucking brave, I tell you. Jesus Christ. Iggy, let me remind you, Iggy, of that voice note that you sent me the other week. I'm just going to put it there. I'm not going to discuss what's in that voice note because what happens between us stays between us. But just remember the voice note that you sent me, and I suggest you just take a couple more steps back and go and put the fucking kettle on yourself.
and Mrs. Sophie, after you finish boiling it, you know where to pour it.
Oh my God! All right, Al. Fucking hell. Easy.
Bloody hell. Back to football.
Yeah.
To renew or not to renew? That is the question.
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the losses that Spurs keep inflicting on us, or to take up arms against the scum and renew one season ticket.
What's that saying by Nietzsche about being devoured by the devil? Is it? Rez, what is the...
Rez must know. He knows everything.
Yeah, Rez must know, yeah.
No. Have we found something?
Is it better to be quietly devoured or to out-devil the devil because you get dragged down to their level and end up becoming a devil yourself? Or is it better to be quietly devoured? Rez, that's your rant of the week, your ponderation.
No, I've got my
rant. He got to out-devil the devil.
Yeah.
He's got another one that links to Richard's question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, bring up Rich. We bring up Richard's question.
Well, you want me to do my rant now?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's before
bring
the
up Richard's question. Yeah.
You know, we never talk about things, you know, there. So yeah, Rez's rant. So I'm just going to go and get some popcorn and sit back and say nothing.
So, for those that aren't aware, there is a pretty much lifelong Spurs fan out there who's been a season ticket holder for 50 odd years. And this unfortunate individual has just been diagnosed with terminal cancer. And they are about to turn 65 as well. But this will be the person's medical team have basically said they've only got about at most 18 months. And they contacted Tottenham Hotspur and asked whether, because they are only 11 days from qualifying for a concession price, but that won't happen until next season, whether or not this being in all likelihood the final full season that this individual will have, whether or not, as a gesture of support for them, whether or not they can renew at a concession price. And the club said no. They went to the ticket office today to speak to someone and were essentially ignored. 11 days. Okay? This person is going. They won't be here soon. One season. What do you lose, Spurs? A couple of £100 maybe? That's it? No goodwill? Full corporatization for the sake of a couple of £100? Are you that fucking asshole-ish? A couple of £100, a few £100, maybe 500. Let's say it's free. Let's say that the concession price is £0. The most that you lose as a club, okay, is about £1,100. How much do you pay the players? £1,100, and you can't even do the decent thing. You can't even show the tiniest little measure of humanity for someone who will be suffering for at most 18 months. This one small possible bit of joy that they might have, enjoyment in their lives. And you can't even bring yourself to give them that. How's the game changer, Mr. Levy? You fucking parasite. That's all you are, because you have instituted this regime. All right? We know it. Everyone knows it, because that is what you are. A small, petty, penny-pinching parasite. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Okay? Give this gentleman the concession. Why don't you just give him the season ticket? Go on, show that you're a human being. Because if you don't, we all know you aren't.
You know what will happen? Harry Kane or someone will probably come out and buy him like a box for the year or something. There's a gesture of goodwill. It'll be up to one of the players. It won't be leaving. He won't be leaving.
The most annoying thing is they've changed it to a month earlier to be renewing. If they'd left it at the original date, he would have even never gone through this, because he would have been 65 by the time he had to renew.
Yeah.
It's because they're stupid. I mean, as I say, in 5 years' time, you'll be 3 years in advance.
Yeah. Guys, everyone who's watching, please talk about this. Okay? If you're on social media, if you're on Facebook, if you've got a channel of your own, keep talking about this. Mention it at every opportunity. And if you're doing it on social media, make sure that you tag the club in it. Embarrass them. Okay? Forget everything else. Forget whether or not we're doing well. Forget whether or not we've got a decent stadium or not. Forget whether or not we've invested in the team. Forget it all. This is humanity we're talking about. Okay? It transcends all the other arguments. This we can unite together. You cannot find me a Spurs fan who will find that this is justified behavior. So talk about it. Embarrass them. That is the least that they deserve for such an unbelievably inhumane thing to do. It is not much that this person is asking for. It really isn't. Tweet about it.
Can you put the? Sorry, Rez. I know you. Rez, sorry, I know you're. Can we put the link in the chat for people to?
Yeah. This is Stelz's video.
Yeah.
Talking about it. The link is in the chat, right? Call up TalkSport, as Chris is saying. Call up TalkSport. Call up the BBC. Mention it, and let's see if we can, at the very least, embarrass that parasite. And I was firmly of the belief that we should not be abusive, but I can't help myself in this situation, right? This is the flavor that has infected our club. This is the culture that has infected our club. Any other club, if you made that request, they would bend over backwards to accommodate that person, not Spurs. Not the club where, when Burnley give free tickets away to the first post-lockdown game, Spurs charge £60. If we don't fight this sort of stuff, if we don't make our voices heard, they'll keep doing it.
This is why I can't morally continue to keep renewing everything he does drip by drip. He's just taken every aspect of the club away drip by drip. I can't continue to condone it by.
Boys, I'm just going to take a 10-minute. Yeah, just going to take a 10-minute.
Yeah. All right, mate. Yeah, it's getting harder to justify renewing for every little thing that he does.
Yeah, and like Rez said, right, whether you're Levy in, Levy out, whatever your thoughts are on the club and the ownership and everything, this goes beyond it, right?
Yeah.
And I know normally we're not this serious, and we're not, we don't want to like bring the mood down or anything else from, and everything else. But it's important that we get this message out here because, and I'm sure, between, regardless of whether the club, we need to get the club to do it, because between us all, we can cover that. But it's not about that. Yeah. It's about the club realizing that what they've done or the decisions that they've taken is absolutely wrong. That person has been a season ticket holder for 50 years.
50 years.
Even worse than that, though, Barry. They would have known that they were going to get bad publicity out of this, and yet they were still prepared to do it. Though they still didn't want to.
And no one. Yeah. And the thing is, and okay, whoever's in the ticket office, whether that's the right person or the wrong person, right? They should have at least took a step back and gone, actually, this could be, regardless of whether they thought it was the right thing or wrong thing to do, or were able to make the decision or not make the decision, they should have gone, actually, this could all blow up and this could snowball, and we need to try and we need to speak to someone or whoever to try and fix this, because like you said, we get to obviously Stel's shared it tonight. They've spoken about it on Sean's show. Brian's tweeted about it. We've already reached, between those three shows, we've probably already reached 20, 30,000 views potentially. Yeah, I know for a fact that if one of us go on We Are Tottenham TV, we're going to mention it. Yeah. And that's even even bigger reach. And I just feel that even if you sat there and you went, well, actually, that would only be like 20p for everyone. That's not the point. The point is the club need to realise that what they have done is wrong. And regardless of whether you could sit there and say, look, it's 11 days, and just use the 11 days bit, and that's justifiable enough. But then the thing on top, this person, like Stel said on his video, maximum 18 months. He might not even get to the end of the season.
Yeah.
Right? And he's fighting, and everyone is fighting for what is morally right. And that is what we should be doing. We shouldn't be sat there, like Rez says, we shouldn't be sat there worrying about it. Like, this is the fight, and this is where we need to unite. If there is one time where all the fans, whether you're in it out, supporters trust in, whatever your views and person, just put that all to one side. No one cares about that.
Yeah.
What we should be caring about is that this, we don't, that someone at that club, I just cannot fathom that someone has sat there and gone, no, we're not going to do it. Like Iggy's just said, sorry, mate, it's 11 days. Sorry, mate, you're dying.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
We're not going to make any.
And what was mentioned about, that they'll get one of the players to sort of donate something. Even if that happens, it's not enough. You got to turn around and say no.
Yeah,
that's not enough. It's got to come from the club. It's got to be the club that does it, not one of the players.
Exactly. Look at what happened. Look at what happened at Burnley when those people flew over from America and Harry Kane gave him a box.
Yeah.
Why is he doing it?
Yeah.
What the hell? You can't afford to give a box out or 2 tickets, or we're not talking about everyone's gonna, then the floodgates are gonna open and then everyone's gonna write there and make scrupulous claims that they're terminally ill with cancer and all of this, so that the club have to give away and give away and give away. Yeah. This is and also what gets me is not only did they contact the club, they went down to the ticket office, and the absolute the shame and embarrassment they must have felt that they had the need to go to the ticket office in the first place, but then to be pretty much ignored.
Yeah.
If I was stood there next to them while that was, I would have probably, I don't know, got removed, my season ticket cancelled, because I would have been causing an absolute nuisance.
Yeah.
To go up there and say to probably someone that was, 20, 25 years old, oh, this is the situation, and they've gone, sorry, mate. To even have to have the courage to go there and I couldn't even imagine going there. And, there's people, and Bob Spurs said it, he doesn't like it when people say stuff and he feels embarrassed when people say about, it's good to see you back on streams and everything else. But the absolute embarrassment that person would have had to have felt to then almost go cap in hand to a club that they've poured their hard-earned money in for over 50 years.
Yeah.
And let's just say the season ticket, we know season tickets went £1,000 50 years ago. But let's just say they were. They would have gone for 50 years. They would have spent thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of pounds travelling, going to games, away games, probably spent money inside the stadium, lining the pockets of this absolute... words fail me. Words absolutely fail me. And I think, look, if this had come out, if this had been sooner, then there would be a hell of a lot more people in your situation, LJ, because I don't think I could have sat there and renewed my season ticket having heard the news. If I was on the fence now and I was you, I don't think tomorrow I'd have gone, do you know what? Sod it. The club, whatever. Because what they've done today, I don't know, I'm getting wound up.
It's getting soulless,
right?
It's soulless, and this is the thing. This is why. And you know what? There are people will make arguments about whether, and I'm going to bring it back to the whole Levy in, Levy out thing briefly. But people will make arguments about, oh, but he's got this quality or that quality or that. It's like, look, he has removed the soul. Or he is in the process of removing the soul of that club. That can't be denied when you look at behavior like this. And even if he's the best in terms of an operator when it comes to the nitty-gritty of a football club, if you remove the soul of a football club, what is the point?
That's my whole point. This is my whole point. I don't feel that there's a soul there anymore, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't feel there's a soul there. It's just gradually been stripped away one by one. Watching that Gaza documentary the other day reminded me of what I used to feel about Tottenham, and it's just gradually been stripped away bit by bit. And on top of that, the VAR business. I
mean, forget everything else. Can we, hand on heart, actually turn around and say that Tottenham Hotspur still has its soul? Can anyone really?
The fans have still got their soul, but the club
fans are still, absolutely. But
we need to separate the fans and the actual club, don't we? The way the club are behaving, and then the way the fans behave impeccably, and we still got a connection to the soul of the club.
A football club is a community asset for that very reason. I know we're talking in a lot of sort of ill-defined and subjective things, because you'll get those that will turn around and, well, define a soul. Okay, well, I can't define the soul, but I can still think about it. I can still enumerate the concept of it. But when you've got a community asset like that, you can't just treat it as a corporate instrument, which is what he is doing. And this is a symptom of it.
Yeah,
this is a symptom that nobody can argue against fighting against. We have to. This is just beyond the pale now.
Yeah, and look, I think Sophie, I think you're right. I've tagged the Supporters Trust. I know Stell has. I'm sure. They're in this. With this, whatever anyone's thoughts are or personal opinions on what they do or not do. Again, I'm sure there's something they can do, but do you know what? We need to do what we said. We need to unite. We need to share. We need to retweet it. We need to embarrass the club. And if there's no solution, before the game on Sunday, then we need to then decide, what we do as fans inside that stadium. I don't mean outside, inside the stadium, inside the stadium, and whether that means banners, whether that means whatever it needs to be. There's plenty of time, and obviously we're all together Saturday evening anyway. So, we just need to do it. But I think it's in the comments. Obviously it's important that we've spoken about it. And I don't want to, I don't know about anyone else. I think to kind of move it on to not normal shelf side stuff, but I think, we otherwise
we've said our piece.
Yeah.
We've said our piece. We've got to do our bit, and everyone who's watching and everyone who is a Spurs fan needs to do their bit too. Okay? Really. And you know what? This transcends even that. Other football fans should get involved in this. Even if you're not a Spurs supporter, even if you're not a football fan, we're just talking basic humanity here. This goes beyond football. It goes beyond club allegiance. But we've said our piece. It's now time for people to do things, I think.
Yeah. And West Ham are losing as well, so that's even fucking better. So.
Yeah. So that's a nice.
Leicester doing. Leicester doing at the moment.
What's that?
Leicester, are they getting on at the moment?
0-0, mate. 0-0.
Good. Need it to be a tight game so that they consider.
Man U 0-0. The women's team are losing 1-0 to Chelsea. Spurs ladies. Rangers 0-0 and Leicester 0-0. So yeah.
To renew or not to renew, that is the question. I mean, I've done it already. I know you have as well, haven't you, Nick?
Yeah.
It's a tough one. The problem, the biggest problem with that is that I say to people who share my view on the current management of the club, not to give up their season tickets, because that's a voice potentially lost. You never know. It might be replaced by someone who shares our view, but it might not. Yeah. And there has to be a cohort within the club's fan base that whatever else happens, at the very least, will are aware or know what the current management is all about and has the presence within the stadium to say something should the need arise. Obviously, that's my view. That's very difficult to sort of justify for some people, though, because it's, it could be a moral choice, could be a financial choice, could be both,
Gross mismanagement.
Yeah. What I personally am not at that point. I think if for me to get to the point of not renewing my season ticket would be a case of I don't even want to follow the club anymore, which would take a lot. But I can understand those that really don't feel the desire to do it because it is becoming more and more soulless year on year on year.
It is.
Yeah, and that's it's like you said, Rez. Me and you are at the very different end of the spectrums from LJ and Gaz and everything else.
Yeah, absolutely.
LJ and Gaz and Needs and everyone else has had their season ticket a long time. We've only had it for one season, so we don't, and that's not because we don't disagree. We don't disagree with the regime and the whoever's managing the or management of the club. And Iggy puts it right. Johnny, jokes aside, don't give it up. Iggy will buy your ticket on a game-by-game basis, whether Sophie allows him or not. And look, like you said, I know it's hard at the moment, but look, you know, between us, we will, if that's what you want, if you decide to walk away, then we'll respect you. We're not going to sit there and say that. But if you decide to have it and then say, I'm not going to go to games, but I'm going to do it because of everything else, then, there's plenty of people that will take your ticket off you so that you're not out of pocket from a financial point of view. And, so that you're there, like Iggy said, that when the time comes, and I don't believe it's going to be that, that far away, that, you're going to see the, fruits of vision. And Iggy's just said Roma have gone 1-0 up against Leicester. So
people say to me, "You'll regret it when Levy leaves." I'll be fucking ecstatic when he leaves. I won't give a shit about my season ticket. The club comes before everything, comes ahead of my needs. I'll be genuinely ecstatic if that prick goes.
I think I
mean, that again. It's understandable. It is not. It's not a quandary. It's not a sort of a dilemma that is insoluble, because ultimately it's driven by one's own consideration. If one isn't morally comfortable with it, then that's the decision they have to make.
A man is nothing without his morals.
Yeah, that's it. So ultimately, if it comes to that point, I would try to persuade someone not to do it for the reasons that I believe. Although I completely understand and agree with the moral stance of it, I would put the pragmatism of it in this instance ahead of it. But I might change that view. It might become too much of a moral burden for me in years to come. Right now it isn't, but it might be for others. Nothing you can do.
Let's talk about something else equally as annoying. I said for the viewing millions, I said in our group when Doherty got injured, I said I've got real worries here that this could fuck us for top four, because I've seen how he ruins our patterns of play and the whole. If you notice that the rest of our players don't even go forward anymore when they pass him the ball because they expect him to lose it. So it makes the whole team sit deeper. It makes the whole team sit back. He's just I can't see how Conte can justify playing him anymore. and it's going to get to the stage where he's going to have to drop him for good, isn't he? Do you reckon it'll come this week?
I don't know.
I think he's going to carry on using him. Unfortunately, I know he shouldn't, but I don't know whether he's got the faith in one of the youngsters to play there or take a chance and play more.
Yeah, they can't do any worse, though, Al, can they? Than him. No, that's the thing.
They can't do any worse. But the thing is, it's the damage that could happen, if you know what I mean. A young player's career. I mean, we had a goalkeeper that played one game for us one season. I think his name Austin, I think it was, and he played one game, and I think we lost 4-2 or something. Never seen again. You know what I mean? It could damage the players, a youngster, because youngsters feel it. You know what I mean? They feel it.
I mean,
especially a top 4 place.
I think this is the thing for me. I would be happy. I really would be happy if, when the team sheet comes out for Sunday, Emerson's name isn't on it, and any other player is in there instead. At the same time, I will readily acknowledge that Conte has more knowledge of what's going on than me. And so if it did come to it, it'll be like, okay, that's his decision. He knows better than me. But it would make my heart sink to see Emerson's name on the team sheet for a Spurs game ever again. And can we put a couple of things to rest here, Johnny? Can we discuss a couple of things? It's actually mainly the one. It's one point, and it is this: stop getting on the back of the player. He's new to the league. He's young. He doesn't speak the language. It's not a case of getting on the back of the player. I'm giving an honest assessment based on what we've all seen. And we have all seen this player demonstrate that he does not have the requisite ability at the moment. In years to come, he might. That's not what concerns us right now. Right now, Spurs need an effective player on the right flank. Emerson is not that player. It doesn't matter if he doesn't speak the language. It doesn't matter if he's young. It doesn't matter if he's new to the league. Those things are not enough mitigation to excuse or to there's not enough mitigation to allow for the lack of skill. And it's not a case of hating him. It's not a case of wanting him to die or wanting him to disappear in a hole in the ground or any of that crap that will often come out in the more toxic elements. It is just a case of he is not good enough. And we need someone better there right now. And his lack of English does not explain that god-awful pass at the end of the game against Brentford that Davinson Sanchez chased to the touchline and couldn't get to. Yeah? What kind of a switch of play is that? All right? Explain why his lack of English led to that. Yeah?
We've got to appreciate that Lavinia is 21 as well. He's not 16 or 17, you know. Yeah. You've got to trust these players at some point. He's a right wing back.
I think the problem is, I think it's because we're if we were chasing for Euro, like the Europa or the Conference, perhaps Conte would give it a run. I don't know, but
he can't do any worse, though, Al, as we said.
No,
can he?
West Ham just equalised, by the way.
He can't do it. Yeah, he can't do any worse. But you know, I mean, the weird thing is that like Emerson has been involved in a couple of good games this season, and we have won more than we've lost, and he has been involved in a lot of them. But the last two games,
clock's right twice a day.
Yeah, but the last two games, he's shown how poor he is. You know, we've lost control of the right hand side since Doherty's gone.
Yeah,
I mean, the weird thing is we beat Villa with Emerson playing on the right.
But you know what? This is the thing. I think that has been a case of I mean, Watford did it to us. Watford basically allowed the ball to go to our right all day long. They recognized it back then. Yeah. Other clubs might not necessarily taken it all that seriously, but they will now. It's like, how do we keep Spurs from being able to unleash that viciously amazing front three? Yeah. I know. Get the ball to Emerson.
Yeah. Although I must admit, Rez, I mean, the last couple of games have shown that they haven't given him any. They've crowded him, because crowding him, he does. I mean, how many nutmegs did he try to play the other day that went straight to their player? He it was poor. I mean, it was very poor.
Like Alex will talk about how we're the Harry Kane team, and that idea of having one massive exploitable weakness exists when Emerson is in the team. In addition, whether or not you agree, I mean, let's say we agree or disagree on that thing that he specifically says. Let's put that one aside. When Emerson is in the team, there is an incredibly exploitable weakness in the Spurs team. Yeah. It's for me that I can't see him. I don't want to see him in a Spurs shirt ever again, ever. Yeah.
I mean, when Emerson
hopefully that pass out of play was a catalyst for him to bomb him off.
I mean, to be honest, they don't have to mark Kane when Emerson's got the ball, because they know 9 out of 10 times he ain't never going to get anywhere near him anyway.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah. I mean, listen, and if it's a confidence issue, sorry, we got 5 games left. If you don't have the confidence, then it's not for us to improve your confidence, while we're chasing potential Champions League spots. Sorry, Emerson, but if you're not good enough and your confidence is making you worse, then apologies, you're not going to feel much better for the rest of the season.
No. I mean, the only thing we've got to do, even though, as I say, we all know what he's like. We've got 3 more home games where we're going to have the main crowd, and it's a case of have to be a case though, because these are like 3 cup finals, which I know ain't great for us, but we've got 3 cup finals.
I can't see the crowd stand on his side though, Al. The way he's been playing, if he starts badly in any of them 3 games, we're going to be right on his get him off.
If you look at the team that started Man City, John, and a few of the other games we played this season, you know what I mean? It didn't even have Kane when we played Man City at home, first game of the season.
Yeah.
Right. There's a few games like the team's been severely weakened here, there, and everywhere. At the moment, we're very severely weakened because of Emerson. But some of our best performances have come with some shit players in the team, in a sense, because the crowd has been right behind them. You know what I mean? We need to make that atmosphere on Saturday on like for our next 3 games. We need to make it electric and literally support every single player, even if we don't like them. We've got to get behind the team, because these 3 games could decide whether we're going to be playing top 4.
I think we need you on the pitch, Al. You'll go in the next 3 games, aren't you? Like Maximus Meridius, you can go on the pitch and whip up the crowd.
No, listen, on the pitch, the team will get my support. They will. They have to, right? The key is, and the key about football is obviously it's a team game. So if you've got a weaker player, you can carry that player. But the point there is that even the weaker player has something to contribute.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, what Emerson, the level to which Emerson weakens the team isn't mitigated by whatever it is he brings to the team.
Yeah.
So, for instance, Kulu, when Doherty was in the squad, Kulu was much more active, back and forth, and was a lot further advanced. But because he's now worried about the wing back behind him, he's dropping deeper.
Yeah.
And even he's not getting the ball in dangerous areas.
Even Royale's like covering his arse most of the time, isn't he?
Romero.
Yeah. Oh, sorry,
Royale's covering his own ass.
Well, but I must admit, I found out something interesting on Twitter today.
Oh, go on, Al.
Breaking news.
This needs to be a regular section. What
no,
Al learned on Twitter?
You're not gonna like. It's not that exciting.
Oh. That's all right.
It was Ramiro's birthday yesterday as well.
Oh, nice.
I shared my birthday with Ramiro and the great Martin Chivers.
Excellent.
Romero shares his birthday with you, Alan.
Yeah. I share a birthday with David Beckham and David Suchet.
Yeah.
I share a birthday with Jason Donovan.
Can you curl it though? Can you curl it, Riz? Can you curl it like Beckham?
No.
I wonder what you're going to say.
I can hit the ball reliably 7 times out of 10.
Okay.
That's how good I am.
I'll have to start getting you playing Power League, Riz.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's
you're a good ball player, though.
Got to just. I would love to see anyone put Mora, Bergwijn, Lavinia. Fuck it. I'd prefer to see Galini in the right wing back role right now than Emerson. All right.
I tend to agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that there are not enough reasons that Conte has for keeping him in that slot. You know, I just hope that he doesn't have that consideration, and it really is a case of this boy has got to be dropped. You know?
Yeah, effectively we're playing a weakened Leicester team as well if they're involved in Europe tonight, so I don't think they'll play their full strength. They'll be playing a squad player on the left hand side anyway, won't they?
I'm hoping it's going to be a tight game because if it's tight,
keeps a minute. Yeah,
still 1-0, isn't it?
It keeps a minute. Then they're going to make sure they want to play the full strength next week, especially being away. So I'm hoping, they put
that works against us with Arsenal, though, doesn't it? Because West Ham, if they're still in the tie, they're not going to play their full strength.
Sunday, whenever. Yeah.
Well, to be honest,
Zuma's back. So,
is he? Oh, right. So they've got some centre backs then.
Yeah.
Yep. Doris the tea lady. Yeah, fuck it.
Did you meet her on the tour yesterday, Al?
Yeah.
No, never met Doris.
Did she make you some toast? Did Doris come along? There you go, Alan. Here's your toast.
Yeah. I was upset.
I'll put your back out as well, love.
Toast.
Never met Doris at all. I must admit, though, the staff were incredible there yesterday. Give them their due. They were, but I mean, that's what they're paid to be. Not paid to be arseholes, but they were absolutely incredible. They helped me every way they could.
Yeah. In every way, Alan.
Make sure I've got help me provide a lift and getting lifts and going up the levels, because I couldn't go up on a bloody escalator on a scooter, could I?
No, you can escape. One of Rez's talking points from Tuesday, the Poch and Conte rumours. Any development over the last couple of days? I've been
in my information is don't worry about it. It's nothing to interest us. It's not going to happen. Nothing's happening. That's from the man.
There's something earlier, and I couldn't find it, but from Fabrizio Romano saying that Poch is staying and so is Mbappe.
Oh, blimey.
So I don't know. Who knows?
Mbappe,
it's a weird season with the World Cup in January, so maybe there's a lot of people not really making moves because of that.
Mbappe only stays if Real Madrid just can't afford him. Otherwise, he's going to Madrid.
Unless there's pressure on Madrid to retain the resonator for one further season.
Maybe. But come on, I mean, no, even with the levels that he's hit, you've got the chance of signing Mbappe. Would you really trade just 1 year of Benzema for having Mbappe in your club for 3-4 years?
It's cheaper, isn't it, in the current climate as well?
True.
Run it for another year, less risk.
Yeah, I'll grant that, certainly. Yeah.
the old sports washers can string it out for another year. I'm sure you were pleased by Man City's failure to put away Real Madrid, weren't you, Rez?
Yes.
Or do you not like Real Madrid either?
Well, I don't like Real Madrid, but it's what I call the scale of scumminess. No? So at the bottom of the scale of scumminess, as in the least scummy, is obviously Spurs. Not including Daniel Levy.
Yeah, where's Al?
Al is sort of around position 38,000 on the scummy waiting list, right? At the top of the scummy waiting list is Manchester City, joint with Newcastle and PSG, right? The next step is Chelsea, and then the next step is Arsenal. You know, Real Madrid are around 4, 5, 6. They hover around that area basically because they're pretty scummy too. But it's a case of which concentration of scum would you prefer? The more scummy, as in Man City, or the slightly less scummy, i.e. Real Madrid? So at the moment, it's Real Madrid. If they get through, then it will probably be whoever they face that I would prefer to win. But at this point, it's got to be Real Madrid.
It did make me laugh, the BC commentators. Pep will be so proud of his players tonight, going head to head. The plucky little underdogs allowed. They spent about 3 billion quid, pal. Fucking plucky little underdogs, my ass. Yeah. Real Madrid have been skint for the last 2 years and hanging on to their aging squad.
Yeah.
Oh, Pep will be so proud of his little underdogs.
Oh, really? For shipping 3 goals? Yeah. How proudful.
I don't know what stream was it. What night was it? The shows, was it on Tommy's?
Tuesday, Man City played. Yeah.
Oh, when it was playing.
And they were saying that much Man City were cruising, and it looked like they were 3-0 or something. Then it went 3-1. After that, it got a bit messy.
Yeah, Mahrez shot rather than crossed it. That could have been 3-0 up early doors. Yeah. And then they came back. Real Madrid came back.
Alan, who just came into your room?
The boss,
Mrs. Al.
Bruce Springsteen.
Hi, Mrs. Al.
She's about 5 foot away, but I've got my earphones on. They're all saying hi, Mrs. Al.
Hi.
Oh yes, we got a hello.
Hello. Yeah.
We hope you're feeling better, Mrs. Al.
I hope you're feeling better.
Can Alan come out to play, Mrs. Harris?
He was out yesterday.
He's been playing. None of that shit anymore. He ain't getting out.
My mum says I can have Sunday. My mum says I can have lemon squash, but I like orange squash as well.
Who's your PA on Sunday then now?
My daughter.
Cool.
But, as I say, I don't know where I'm dreading it. Your
less favoured child.
No, I'm dreading it because of the bloody I didn't realise. I thought we was actually in the West Stand. But we're not. We're actually on the, where the East and South meet.
Yeah.
I was there for the Leeds game, and we had a lot of trouble getting there because it's sort of like we had a bite and a drink. The one where I didn't have to get my wallet out. And and so like getting from level 3 back down to level 2 and then getting through everyone, it was like hell. It was an absolute murder getting there. So anyway, we thought we had a right touch. When we come out of our like thing, well, the Leeds game had finished. We come out, we went straight into the lift, went down. Well, of course, I'm now on the corner of the East Stand and like Park Lane. I've got to get to Sainsbury's. Police were thundering down towards the Leeds end because there's obviously a bit something kicked off up there, and I had to try and get back to Sainsbury's, and it was a bloody nightmare. So,
can't you go round like the west? The East Stand that way.
Of course.
Well, I think I might try and. I think what we might try and do is sit back for a half hour or whatever. Find out how long I'm allowed to stay in the car park. Sit back for a little while because our friends, the pub called the Olive Branch.
Yeah,
you know that. apparently one of her friends' grandparents, I think, run it. So there's a chance we might sort of stay in the ground for about 20 minutes afterwards, and then go down to the Olive Branch for a few, and then come back if I'm allowed to park there that much for that long. Well, she'll have a few. I'll have nothing because I can't drink. So I've got to drive.
Put your wallet away.
Put your wallet
Drink
away.
for your dad.
I need a bloody wallet. I can't drink. So.
No, I mean you did it for your daughter. Drinks will be on her dad.
Oh yeah. I don't mind.
So you can try and convince her to dump the gooner whilst you lagering her up, getting her shots. Get rid of him. Get rid of him.
She told me yesterday. Why are you doing this? Why are we doing this tour? If we see Tom Holland, you'll be all right. I'll dump him. But unfortunately, Tom Holland didn't want to, come down on his spider web and pay a visit.
So. We could crowdfund Mrs. Owl's daughter, or Mrs. Owl's daughter. Mrs. Owl's daughter can marry Spider-Man, and then Al can live happily ever after.
Al, question.
Hey,
when you go to park, from where you park, you will take your scooter to the stadium, yes?
Yes.
And you'll be in you'll be in the scooter in the stadium too, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So why don't you park why don't you park where I park on Pretoria Road? Which
that's your car key now.
Which your blue badge will let you park there for free for 3 hours.
Right.
Because it's a bit further. I mean, from Sainsbury's to where you're sitting, it's probably closer because you can go round.
Yeah.
I will readily admit, but it's not that much further.
Yeah.
Is that Rez? Rez, is that a bit like your? Oh, let's walk a little bit further down here. We'll go to a pub, and then you go. Oh well, actually, we've walked this far. We might as well go to the Beehive now.
No, Barry, and I'll tell you for why. Because I said let's go to the Beehive, and everyone said no, it's too far, and I said that's okay. I'll go wherever everyone else goes. Then we went to a pub that somebody else suggested, and it was awful. And that's when I said, let's go to the Beehive, which we did. And everyone had a fantastic time.
The barbecue was very, very nice.
There you go. See? Yeah. So don't thank me or anything, will you?
Well, no, I won't thank you. I won't thank you because I had to walk up the bloody high road with Alex Davis and Stell. That's why.
Well, why didn't you get yourself a scooter like Alan's got?
Yeah,
because he wasn't there, so I couldn't kick him off it to nick it to speed up the high road.
I was there.
Well, that's your problem. You should have thought of that beforehand. I told you before. Sort out the scooter just in case we go to the Beehive.
I can hire it for you. I can hire it.
I've got it. I've got it for the Arsenal game. Don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Al's getting dropped off, and I'm nicking his scooter, and I'm fucking up and down that high road like no one's been.
and obviously, because they're to block traffic, you can drive in on the actual carriageway as well.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Are we able to mention her dumping him on Sunday, Al, or is it blacklisted along with 91?
What can't we mention now?
Her dumping the gooner.
I've tried so hard. I've tried everything, but it's not working.
Al, she's not met us.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, but
I mean, give us a challenge and we'll take it. If we want a whole chip, whatever you want, we're smashing, mate. So
I mean, you're talking about amateur hour, you know. This is us we're talking about, you know.
Where are we going to meet on Sunday, you know? But she might not want to meet you, but we'll try.
I've met you before, but I'll meet you again.
I've met Nick twice. I'll meet him again.
Yeah. or if I don't give a shit.
No, but where can we meet? That would be easy for us to get in the stadium.
Well, you know where your bit is up on the like the second tier. It's in the corner, isn't it? I know where you stand because my friend Deb, she used to sit up there as well. So there's plenty of there's like a little bar actually where next to the disabled bit up there, so we can come and meet you up there. There's like a little corner of the stadium. You'll see it's near the lift where your lift comes out. It's right next to there, and there's a little bar with a couple of tellies there, which you can drink in.
Right,
or we'll
come up to there.
We can meet at Met's Burger Bar, which Nick's been to, I've been to, but you two haven't.
But can Alan do a 3-point turn in there?
Yeah, it's outside.
Alan,
is that on the marketplace?
No, it's outside.
All right.
On the southeast corner.
Yeah. If you fancy a burger.
To be honest with you,
it's not spicy. There's no curry in it, so you're all right.
No, there's no garlic.
To be honest with you, when I used to have my season ticket, like early 2000s,
yeah,
I used to park like next to the olive branch because never had trouble putting your blue badges on and getting away with it for being there for 4 or 5 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I used to have a couple of beers in a pub on the not the olive branch itself, a pub just next to it, and a few beers there, and then I'd walk up to the game. This was before I needed a scooter. I could get about with a walking stick. And there used to be a burger bar I always used to have on the corner. That was on the corner there, on that corner anyway. And I would always have something there, and then walk up to opposite my terminal, like where you have to go in, and I'd stand there and eat me hot dog or whatever I bought. And
how's life?
Oh mate, I'll tell you something. I used to enjoy it because there was one special person that used to walk past me every bloody week when we was
Sam Fox.
No.
Linda the Sardi.
No, I said special.
Those are blast from the past.
When we're
special,
talking
Pat
about
Jennings.
I'm talking about
Pat
special.
Jennings.
Katie Price.
The man that should have been knighted, sir. The man that should have been knighted, sir. Bill Nick himself.
Oh, Mr. Oh, I was going to say James Peter Greaves, but okay.
No. Bill Nicholson. He used to walk past, and I always say hello to him every day, every game. It's always a pleasure to see him walking to these. Mostly had to pay for his ticket, no levy, but you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Did their paths ever cross? I don't know if they did. Levy and
Levy had just taken over ownership when I started going. I think. I got my season ticket for
what year?
I think I started I think it was the year my dad died, so it must have been 2001. I started the 2001, 2002
That was the year he took over. Yeah.
Yeah, and we got to the final for the Blackburn game, didn't we? Played in Cardiff.
He took over. It was the year after. Sorry, it was the year after he took over. Sorry.
How we lost that game, I still don't know.
Yeah. What, Blackburn?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you something.
Battered them.
Yeah, absolutely battered them. I had trouble. Well, I found somewhere to park near the stadium eventually. Had a great day. Of course, then we lost 2-1, and that was it. I drove back to the lodgings we were staying.
Pissed up.
No, I never. I had a few.
Ran 6 people over. Killed someone.
You could have 3 pints. You could have 3 pints in them days. You can get away with 3 pints in them.
You can have 3 pints nowadays. You're just not supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah, but
you can have 10 if you get away with it.
It's not like you needed your. It's not like you needed your license for work, is it, or anything else?
I weren't actually taxi driving at the time, John. I weren't actually doing anything there because, I just didn't. I weren't working at the time. I was having a bad time with my health at the time. So,
and you lost your license for drink driving.
when I went to prison for killing
the official term. Just don't tell Mrs. Al.
Excuse me. I had a couple of beers before the game. We went into the stadium. Had a great time.
We had shit faced by half time.
I didn't have a drink when we was there. I didn't have a drink while we were there. And then I come out. So 3 hours have passed. I'd had something to eat. A couple of pints ain't going to hurt.
Soak it up.
Couple of pints ain't going to hurt.
I must have shandy anyway.
Yeah, he's
right smashed up.
Remembering the story.
I must have shandy anyway. So.
Got home, woke up the next day. What do you mean there's blood all over the front of the car? Probably fucking smashed a deer on the way home, didn't I?
I must admit that evening, and it's weird. I've only had a few of them since, but I had a massive migraine that night, so I was the losing, and then feeling ill.
How can you remember a specific night that you had a migraine.
I had medicinal vodka before I drove home.
At the end of the day, John, how many finals have we been to?
Hang on.
It's quite easy.
We have a voice note from Iggy. I haven't even listened to it, so let's see what this gem's going to be.
Hi, Alan. Good evening. This is your lawyer. My advice to you is say no more about drinking and driving, please. All right? It's going to cost you a fucking fortune for me to get you out of it, so say no more.
That sounds like one of those lawyers that gangsters have. You know, like known as like Corkscrew Carter or something like that.
Definitely Mafia associated.
That was Iggy's phone jacker voice as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know what? We've got to call Iggy from now on. We've got to call Iggy Consigliere. Then, especially from his neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Alan, what's your score prediction for Sunday?
I'll be back shortly.
Going for a quick wank.
Your prediction.
Yeah. Well, for fuck's sake, it's 10-9. I'm running late. I'm running behind.
Sorry.
He's running low.
Score prediction: 2-1 win.
Harry Kane in the 90th minute, or whatever your normal one is.
No, I'm not doing any of that. 2-1 win. Kane will get the goal in the first half. Sonny will get one in the second. And then
I'll take it now, son. Take it to the bank. Let's have it.
And let's do a nick one to put us under blooming like pressure towards the end, and we'll hold on.
When do the Goon Idiots play?
They play Monday. They play 2 hours after us, 4:30.
So we can listen to it on the way home.
Yeah.
Unless Nick's off on some bloody curry hunt or something again.
Hang on. Iggy, I have a message, and I've played your message. I now have another one from Mr. Kaufman. So let's see what this is.
Are we going to the early? Go to the early branch.
How's life?
What am I doing after the game? I'm not. I don't know what I'm doing after the game. I'm
Olive Branch.
How far is that away? Because I walked a long way the other week. It was a long way.
Olive Branch. It's like roughly closer than Northumberland Park Station, but it's towards that way.
Minutes, Al? How many minutes?
How many it depends how fast you walk, doesn't it?
Depends how fast you're going in the bloody scooter. You can jump on the back.
Yeah. You give me a fucking backy, will you, Al?
I'll find out as well. I'm going to find out about parking, because what I'm going to do is
Can't you park at the Olive Branch?
Nah, because it's all double yellow lines.
But even with a blue badge, you can't just whack the badge out and go, "Come on, mate."
Single yellow.
I'm fucking disabled, mate. What are you fucking talking about? Give me a fucking ticket. Come on, mate. Got a fucking blue badge.
There is a disabled bay down it. The problem I've got with not problem with Sunday, right? And now I'm going to mostly have Iggy sending you another message.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
I'm going to go
anyway.
I'm going into Sainsbury's car park to park there where I was due to park, in hope that I can have a word with the lads to find out, one, if they know, because I know there's some people who are not going to the Arsenal game because they don't go to any of the evening games. So if they haven't cancelled their parking, I want to find out if I can park there. It'd be a lot easier for me. You know what I mean?
Bribery, yeah.
And there's a possibility I might have to say, but if you don't know if there's any spaces, how much would it cost?
Put your wallet away.
Yeah. How much can I bribe you, son? How much you giving away this space for, eh?
Exactly. So
I'll run over your foot, mate, if you don't fucking let me park here.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna ask them on Sunday if there's a chance that I can park in there.
Okay, so Alan, what as your PA am I allowed to do and not do, or what am I supposed to do?
What's his privileges?
Which you just got to behave yourself for once. That's going to be fun.
Where do I sit or stand or what? What's the crack?
You get a seat and I sit on the scooter.
I've got to sit next to you, yeah?
On his lap.
Yeah, you got to sit next to me, yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, but I'm not allowed to shout obscenities at Arsenal scum.
Put it this way, it would be better if you could try and control yourself in front, especially when the stewards are about. So, because officially, I'm not meant to bring people that want to get involved in the game. but I've never seen a problem with it so far. So
if I say, you know, this fucking geezer is his fucking house life, he'll bring who he wants, and that person will do what they want.
Exactly, yeah. Thank you, Richard.
Bring your wallet, Nick. Yeah,
bring your wallet
away, Al. That was quick.
Put your wallet away.
Yeah.
Sorry, Richard. Unfortunately, we can't leave Alan alone, because if we leave Alan alone, then we'll have to talk sense.
Football.
He's the greatest media discovery since Carl Pilkington.
Yeah.
Yes, it's true.
He is. He's going to have his own show on Netflix coming soon.
It's already in the pipeline. It's already in the pipeline.
Yeah. We're only here because of Alan. Really,
an idiot at Spurs.
Yeah.
and Alan.
To join the 60,000.
If it wasn't for Al, we would have literally no one to talk to.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say I send too many messages during the week?
No.
Just a little hint.
No, I don't do little hints. Alan, you text too much.
Put your WhatsApp away, Alan.
Oh dear. I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, Egan.
That's the new title of the show.
Who's Egan? I don't know who Egan is.
Yeah. It won't even be called SSSS anymore. It'll just be called the Alan Show and three randos.
Yeah.
The Alan Show plus others.
Yeah, that's right. The Alan and Friends Show.
Yeah.
Friends. Friends.
We've created a monster. Maybe that should be our new theme tune. That Royal Blood song. We've created a monster.
No, I was thinking of Eminem. We created a monster, but nobody calls me an Alan no more. We'll call you Slim Alan.
What's your score prediction for Leicester, Boyd, before we wrap up?
Oh, don't know. 4-1.
You there Sunday, Rez?
I am probably knackered from the night before because there's curry followed by pool, so it's going to be.
Can you do a pin in the stadium, Nick? You know, on WhatsApp, can you drop a pin so everyone knows where you are or not? If we find Alan, so we can show everyone where we are.
Yeah, we can drop a pin.
Alan, have you? I'm being serious. Have you heard of something called What 3 Words?
No.
Look at his face.
Okay. There is an app that you can get on your phone. It's called What 3 Words, right?
Okay.
When you open it, what it does, it gives you 3 words, and those 3 words actually identify specifically where you are. So then you send those 3 words to somebody else that wants to find you. They open the app, put those 3 words in, and they'll find you, because like the area that it denotes is like 3 meters squared, which is really, really small.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So if you that's a really good way. It came out years ago, literally years ago, and no, for some reason it just didn't take off. But it's such a brilliant system. So because they've mapped the entire world and split it into these really tiny squares, and because you can make any number of so many combinations of 3 words, it's brilliant. So
how does that work for 3-story buildings? Like, Alan could be on the floor 1 and we're on floor 3.
No, I'll say 3 words. I'll say where I am.
Toast.
Say, for instance, you're in a building.
1991.
No, there's only 3 words to use.
No, you could be like 3 words. Could be like, Cockney, the Prince, and mute. And those 3 words only apply to that particular part of the entire globe, right? So if you send that to someone and they put it in, it will say, right, that's where that person is, and you can use the map.
But what if they're on the 3rd floor, like it's like aliens, Reg? You got the maps, the aliens coming and they're on top of them, and they're like, well, they're not here, and they're underneath them.
Well, then that person will say, I'm on the 3rd floor. It's not hard.
What about the aliens? Where are the aliens?
Let's just explain it. Let's just explain it in easier terms for Alan. Go to WhatsApp, press plus, go to location, and go share live location, and it will tell you,
or you could do that
where you are. And then when we get closer to you, like it
We'll
does in
talk about
Alien,
that after the show.
Yeah.
we'll get to you, and then we'll kill you, like it does in
But that
Alien.
only works if you've got internet. If you don't have internet, you can't do it.
It also only works if you have your location settings on. But now we're getting confused.
Yeah, it also only works if Alan wants us to find him because of the 1991 business in front of his door.
Yeah. There is that also. That's certainly something to consider. Absolutely.
Quick, turn the internet off.
Yeah.
Be like, leave me,
sorry,
leave me.
lads, I can't. Sorry, lads, I can't find the internet.
Oh no, the internet has broken. I can't find
Levy,
it.
that bloody Levy.
I mean, if I'm honest, I'll be fine. I'll be fanboying it up, So
yeah, we'll know where you are. We'll have the nearest YouTube.
How can you? Danny's out of the country.
Disappointment again.
I can't believe you mentioned that, Reds.
I'm sorry, Nick. I know. I didn't want to make you cry. I didn't want to make you cry on our anniversary. But
there is a bonus that we did win 5-0 last time. He pissed off.
I'm just worried. I'm worried about what you're going to do when you get there on Sunday and you see that Danny's not there. You're going to be. I'm sorry, mate. I just wanted to cushion the blow a little bit. What can I do?
I can't. I've got to go.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry.
I can't.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Look, yeah, that was my fault, guys. I do apologize for upsetting Nick. This is what happens when you get into a bromance. The sheer intensity of it can overwhelm you sometimes. And Nick just needs just a couple of minutes, just to zen a little bit. But he'll be back. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Are you all right now, Nick?
Yeah, have you expelled some fluid onto a tissue?
Yes, that's all.
A crinkly tissue. All right, look, we're gonna have a good night. Me and Rez are gonna smash everyone else at Paul, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so, absolutely. And you don't have to worry about he who we won't name.
Yeah, it's like Voldemort. Yeah, you don't mention the name. Yeah, he who shall not be named.
Yeah, absolutely. Until he's back in the country. At that point, it's all right. Yeah. No, brilliant. So that's what we're doing. Yeah. So anniversary shout outs, Johnny. You said.
Yeah. So we should. I think we should credit out, shouldn't we, before we close off. We touched on it earlier. It's been a gradual process, isn't it, over the year, building things up. We should thank Stevie and Perryman and Micky Hazard. He didn't like being called Stevie, did he? Steve Perryman. So Steve Perryman. Yes. And Micky Hazard for coming on the show. Have you got any highlights over the year, Rez? What have been your favourite bits?
There's been loads, to be honest. It's been a lot of fun. I mean, I've only missed one show, I think, since I started when I was sick. Every week has been a lot of fun. It sounds sappy. It sounds like what everyone says, but do you know what? It really is genuine. That it's being able to sort of read some of the comments, know that there are people out there watching us essentially just ramble about stuff. There are so many people that we've had, Sophie, Iggy, Ben, Richard Knight, God, Athelston Edwardson, Bob Spur, Kimber, everyone who tunes in. Tommy has been here, Colin has been here, all the people that have been on the channel. We're still waiting for Bobby K to come on.
He's been on twice now. You must have blinked and missed him.
Yeah, no, but as in to do his White Hart Memory Lane proper. Yeah. We had Ben from We Are Tottenham TV on, which was amazing. Brian has been on. Everyone in the streaming community has been on this channel at some point in some capacity, and it's wonderful to have them all. Ellie's been on. Kuva's been on. Kuva's even done co-hosting for one of our shows, which is amazing as well. Just superb. Without you guys, thank you. Really, really thank you for tuning in and giving us your support and getting us to where we are now, because it's been a real joy. It's
been good for our mental health, hasn't it? During lockdown to connect with other people, to talk with other people. just to have a laugh and switch off for a couple of hours, and
absolutely,
it's like being down the pub with your mates, isn't it? That's what we all said. This show's like being down the pub with your mates, just chatting shit and.
As I say, I don't think you'll ever understand what you've helped me do. You know what I mean? I can't do it.
I'm not taking credit for that.
You did that to Mrs. Hours back on your own.
Yeah.
No, but as I say, like I have my ups and downs, but I've now got something to look forward to. And, I've been introduced to other channels, so I get to go on them and I'll visit them, and it kills so much time. I mean, my kids have turned around to me the other day and says, "You've gone from someone that just sits there playing Angry Birds on your computer to having friends," And I know,
that's brilliant. Yeah.
But yeah, I've got.
No, it's brilliant because you get to talk about your passion as well, which is Spurs. So that's really good.
I mean, I actually got, as I got introduced to come onto the show by, and at the end of the day, I do appreciate what he has done, because he did help me get. I mean, at first, when I heard about it, I just thought AF TV. You know what I mean? I just thought Arsenal fan TV. No, I can't. And I made excuses after excuses after excuses. Then eventually I viewed it, enjoyed it. Then I asked you to join one time. And I feel like I've got a bit of a family, a bit of a family. And you three boys have been great to me, even though you take the piss out of me. You have been great.
Yeah. Oh, do you want us to
it's because we like you, Al, and we appreciate your company, that we feel comfortable enough to take the piss out of you. That's what I've said this to you before. If we didn't like you, we wouldn't take the piss out of you.
Yeah. But I must admit, it feels weird.
Not that we take the piss out of you. I mean, if the lawyers are watching.
When it comes to picking one of the shows out of the two boys, Micky Hazard really, I see it yesterday as well, but Micky Hazard was superb. Steve Perriman was brilliant as well. It's just been such a great run, and I'm glad I've managed to help get them on.
Yeah, and we're glad you did as well, mate. And you've contributed in your own way.
Graham Roberts should be here on the 19th of May, so I mean, I was kind of hoping that Micky Hazard could pop on today, but unfortunately he's been on a golf charity days with Graham Roberts, so.
That's cool, mate. That's cool. We weren't expecting him, so.
But he said he'd come on at any time we want.
What's been your favourite memories of the show then, Al? What have been your funniest bits?
The fun. I would love to say Al's life, because it was funny, but to be honest with you, just some of the photos you picked. The only picture out of the whole lot I liked was when I was actually in my tux.
You doing the Brucey, yeah? Doing the old Brucey pose.
Yeah. Actually, I've been looking for that ring. I've been looking for that signet ring ever since. I can't find it. I sold it when I was skinny.
Barry, what have been your funniest moments since you've been involved?
Well, look, I mean, I echo everything, kind of Rez and Al said. It's been an absolute roller coaster. I think, like with everyone else, I joined kind of towards the back end of last year. Richard, I think, said it. I'd sit here and not say anything, at the start.
For those halcyon
the good old days.
The good old days, yeah. Fuck you, no wankers. But no, look. And I think, for me, I guess the highlight and what it's meant, and it is just the community. So if we talk about, if you talk about where we've been in terms of all being new to this and everything else, and what have you, to the genuine friends, and like Alan says, these people that we class as family now, because we've been to the Ben's coffee shop, we've been, obviously we've stayed out after games. We've met up with people. We've gone for lunch before the games. We've done all these types of things, and look, it's meant that, for me as well, is that and a lot of people that with everything that's happened the last couple of years, and it's given people a release and a kind of outlet to shout, scream, say how they feel, or what have you. And I guess without realizing it, it's probably done the same for me. Obviously you guys know, probably before, kind of before I was on there was things going on in my personal life, and now I'm in a better place, and because of Laura and everything else. But I just think. Sorry,
I thought you were going to give us the credit.
Oh yeah, I was coming to that, but
it's all Danny. It's all down to Danny, and we know that.
No. Look, Danny. Mine and Danny's bromance will always be there. Yeah, the Michael Bublé of the YouTube community, the guy that smells amazing, and look, all the people that are here in the comments, from just meeting them, being, everyone wants to help each other out, right? Everyone wants to. If someone can't get somewhere, if someone's stuck in Canada and needs to get back for Bobspur, if someone needs to get home because their girlfriend's about to give birth, everyone is just so kind, considerate, and everything else. And just to be able to say that this group of community, and speaking to Bobby K, to Brian over in Canada, planning to go out there, doing, none of us would have any of this, right? We just have our frustrations, our work, our things that weren't going great, and and I know you guys like to rib me a little bit about my fanboy and my loving everyone in the YouTube community, but you know what? I don't fucking care, because I do. Every single one, and actually me coming down here or going on other people's channels and what have you is, like you say, it's the release. And I think the biggest thing that, and the way that I kind of saw it, was when I did go, and me and Rez did We Are Tottenham TV, and we did the watch long, and there was a bit of ribbing, and I think from Laura and a lot of other people who don't understand our world, because it is our world, and saying stuff like, oh, fucking hell, you're doing a podcast tonight, you're going on YouTube, fucking podcast wanker, YouTube wanker, all of this, right?
And then you're not.
But then the culmination of it, when seeing how we've grown as a channel, we've grown together, how everyone supported us, and for then to see everyone watching us and now tuning in. I mean, look, we like you said, LJ, we sit here, we talk nonsense. We took a bit of a serious point today with which, and rightly so, but we talk nonsense. This is what people love. It's not scripted, it's not doing anything like that, and everything, and it's just incredible. I look forward to Thursdays, obviously, now to Mondays now with Al, and I just hope that everyone that's here and is still here with us for another year and see us grow and do all sorts of things that we want to try and do. And thank you, I guess probably Rez and Alan the same. Thank you for you, LJ, for letting us come on and being together, and
thank you for letting me join.
Nonsense all the time. So
it's important to empty your worry hole, isn't it? Occasionally, just to get stuff out of your head, your frustrations and stuff. Have a chat with the guys, and we should also not underestimate as well what a privilege it's been for us to have met Steve Perryman, for Christ's sake, the all-time leading Tottenham Hotspur appearance holder, the most decorated player that's ever been in our history, and we got to meet him through this channel, which is just an amazing thing, isn't it? Really, I mean, just to think about that, we actually got to spare a bit of time of Steve Perryman through this nonsense that we do every week on here. It's a great privilege and honour.
Yeah, most honoured captain.
Yeah, absolutely, the skipper himself.
Absolutely.
We should say thank you to the other guys that have been on the show since the beginning. With the first week we ever started, I think it was me, my brother Davers, Gaza, and Jens. I think obviously Gaza still comes on occasionally when he can be bothered. We've got his.
I'll make it tonight.
I'll make it tonight. Every on our WhatsApp group, you coming on tonight, Gaz? Yeah, definitely coming on tonight. Definitely coming on tonight.
but he is
my brother only stopped doing it because he moved house, didn't he? And he had to move in with his in-laws for a bit, so he couldn't do it there. So there's no reason if he's watching, there's no reason you can't do it either, you little shithead. And obviously Kev and Jens as well. Obviously, welcome back anytime. We've left the door open to them. They wanted to take a break from it. Kev's more to do with his broadband issues in Ireland. But,
yes.
Jens wanted to take a break from YouTube streaming, and I've said to him he's welcome back anytime.
Absolutely, 100%.
So thanks to those guys as well for the contributions they've made to helping us build. What's that, Al?
West Ham are 2-1 down.
And good news to end on as well. West Ham are 2-1 down.
Yeah.
Although that does mean they're in with a shout, so they'll play a weekend team against the Gooners. They probably will anyway, won't they? They probably already decided their team for the Gooners.
Yeah.
Thanks to the guys that watch, and thanks to Bobster. I mentioned last week that his channel was the first one I went on. Then I met Stel and Shy on Bob's channel and went on there and stuff. So you end up meeting that rest of the community and go on different shows, then on Tommy's and Eugene's and whatnot. And you sort of just build and you get to know each other, and they come on your show, you go on their show, and it's quite a massive community now, isn't it?
Can we just say one more thing to
go on there, Al?
Just in case, I know she hasn't been in the chat tonight, but if she does watch it back, Gaguma, the queen of the channels.
Ow, Mrs. Ow is just over there.
Yeah, you've just done that to another woman, and Mrs. Ow is like meters away from you. You'd have to pretend that was for her.
So like she supports all the channels. She puts in all the super chats here, there, and everywhere.
Absolutely. Does she like and subscribe to this channel, though? Ow.
I think she does. Yeah,
she does. I'll make it 481.
She's been on here before. She's been on here plenty of time.
One thing I know though that Gaguma will never do, and that is dominate the like button. Apparently, that's the new one. We've gone from
dominate the like button,
the like button to smashing the like button, and now we are being asked to dominate the like button. What's next?
I remember
the like button with nuclear weapons. Is that next?
I remember Iggy and JP first getting involved with Tottenham away as well, and they've been a big addition to that channel, haven't they, as well, with Shy leaving in. Big boots to fill, but Iggy and JP have done brilliantly to fill in for Shy.
Keeps that fucking Stelios on his toes. that chef anchor.
No.
Cooking.
If you want a shouting match, you got to get me on Tottenham away. Whenever that happens, me and Stells go at it.
Iggy, he's got the memory. I think you should call him a goldfish. He's got the memory of a goldfish. Stel. The only reason I can't come on is because I have football training Monday nights. So he asks me every week, and I'm like, "Yeah, I've got football training." And then the next week he'll go, "You'll have to come on sometime." Yeah, I've got football training. He asks me over again, but I can't.
At least you get invited.
Yes. Oh, here he goes.
Oh, here he goes. Fucking hell.
Come on.
If anyone would like to invite Alan onto the channel before he fucking moans about it for the 1200th time, then you're more than welcome.
Alan gets particularly lonely on Monday, so if you want to help him out.
How's life?
Sounds like a song.
But yeah, no, he's probably actually Iggy's.
I'm going to the Newcastle game, and it'd be great to meet you guys. I know I've already met Nick, but I can meet him again. I don't mind. Because I have to get there. I'll get there around about 2:30, but I'm going to try and get there earlier. So I don't get bumped about or anything. I usually go into the west near the media shop. I go up one level, and I usually have me something to eat there by the first grill bar, and it's actually in the west stand.
I walk into a stand and people just buy me drinks. It's quite pleasant.
And every time we've always gone, no, Alan, put your wallet away. Like I usually do the driving.
I'll be absolutely shit-faced by half-time.
People, I just let you know, is I only ever have one drink.
I'll get up about 3 o'clock, go on Persuasion with Eugene, and then in the afternoon I like to go on Tommy Talk. How's life?
Hey, I'm nothing like him.
So we should give the last.
Outro's a bit long.
Yeah. So Al, we should give the last word to you for the night. What do you want to say before we go?
Thanks, everyone. You, as I say, the whole community, you're absolutely fabulous. You really are. Put it this way, you've made it a very special last year. Like not last year in that sense, but a very special year. You know, and I've really enjoyed it. Thank you very much, people.
Good stuff. We can't add to that, can we, boys? Resnick?
No.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
And just from Stagel, Levy out.
The wrong hand.
Wrong hand.
Do it again. Do it again.
Al. You got to go like that, Al, as well. You got to go like that. You got to warm them up.
Yeah.
And as always, Al.
Levy
as always, Al.
out.